Okay, so yeah, we've been trying to watch this video for a few weeks now, so let's just get it done and out of the way, I guess, eh? The round table hold isn't real. Let's see what he's talking about. I like this guy's channel.
Nobody knows of Queen Marika's true intentions. Nobody is meant to. That's the entire story of Elden Ring, in my opinion. It's all up to the interpretation of the player. We may never know the exact answers for anything along any timeline, but that's okay. Honestly, it's more fun to interpret than look for straight facts. There are obviously specifics within the game that are of course factual, but when it comes to the main theme of Elden Ring, I believe that's up to the player. And what I see as the main theme of Elden Ring is all centered around Queen Marika, who gave the lands between all the pieces of the puzzle to do with as they wish and make a change in the world. Today we're going to talk about Queen Marika's involvement with Melina, the Roundtable Hold, and how they might not actually exist, but are only meant to influence your decisions and strength as a tarnished. Before we continue, I'd like to talk about our sponsor for today's video, one of the highest rated MMOs of all time, Guild Wars 2, which just launched on Steam for the first time ever. Their
Guild Wars 2 is great.
End of Dragons, is out now. That adds to over 200 hours of gameplay for you to experience a healthy, diverse, inclusive community, a robust character creator, and some of the most dynamic mounts seen in current MMOs, all completely for free, no subscription.
Honestly, Guild Wars 2 is an incredible game. I remember playing Guild Wars 1 like back in the day before I played like World of Warcraft, and I got so fucking into that game. I had like a Necromancer Mesmer, and it was such a good friggin' time. But it's true, the game is free. Like, you have to buy the expansions, but I think after X amount of time, the expansions are kind of like if you buy this, you probably get all the other expansions for free. But you don't have to pay monthly to play the game, and you actually can just go download it and play it for free. You know? Like, legitimately, the game is free, except for like maybe 1 or 2 expansions, which I think is fair. That's the most fair thing ever. And it is right. They do have incredibly advanced mount systems. Like, all the different mounts have different abilities. Like, the Raptor jumps far, the Springer jumps high, you know? Like, there are flying mounts, but they don't fly like in World of Warcraft. You know, you don't just go up and then stay there forever and then move over here and then, you know, like, they have energy bars, and they more so just kind of glide than anything, but like, I don't know, Guild Wars 2 just did so much so right.
Required. Check out the link in the description to get an XP boost pack and a mini pet for your new Guild Wars 2 character. The bundle also includes an item, karma, and experience booster, a 10-slot bag, and a black lion miniature, all a $10 value, yours to redeem today. To redeem it, click the link in the description.
Whoa, guys, a $10 value for free. Sean, I'm allowed to react to whatever part I want. Guild Wars 2 has a very special place in my heart, okay? No, it's not dinner time for you yet, little moon. You got another 2 hours.
Description, it'll take you to the igames.gg website, and it will give you a detailed breakdown on how you can redeem these items. Go check it out today, and thank you Guild Wars 2 for sponsoring this video.
In Marika's own words, the Erd Tree governs all. The choice is thine. Become one with the Order, or...
I love that helmet. You think the armor guy would hate that helmet? I think that helmet is fucking sick.
Or divest thyself of it, to wallow at the fringes, a powerless upstart. Hear me, demigods, my children beloved, make of thyselves that which ye desire, be it a lord, be it a god. But should ye fail to become aught at all, ye will be forsaken, amounting only to sacrifices.
I believe this was Marika's way of warning her children, and potentially everyone through the lands between, that the Golden Order will take them and use them if they don't make something of themselves. The Golden Order used Godfrey and his warriors to defeat all who opposed them, and after they had defeated all of their enemies, America knew that the Greater Will would no longer need them. So instead of letting the Golden Order use them for sacrifices, America took away their guidance of grace and banished them from the lands between, not because they were now unneeded, but to protect them, to send them away to live and die in the glory of battle, to become the tarnished for the new coming age.
My lord, and thy warriors, I divest each of thee of thy grace. With thine eyes dimmed, ye will be driven from the lands between. Ye will wage war in a land afar, where ye will live and die.
In our video, This Theory Changes Everything, we discuss America's grand scheme to make sure the Golden Order would either be destroyed, replaced, or affected in some way by us as the Tarnished after Queen Marika shatters the Elden Ring. Marika knew that the Golden Order would need the Tarnished to return to the lands between and fix what was broken. She banished Godfrey's warriors so that they wouldn't have to become sacrifices to the Golden Order, but would instead be used to finish off what she started. The Greater Will expected the Tarnished to just mend its order back together, but what they didn't expect was for us to have minds of our own and make our own choices based on our journey toward the Elden Ring. We meet all kinds of characters throughout the game, all having different aspirations and goals. Marika gave us this option to choose and made sure that no matter what we do choose at the end, the Golden Order would never be the same again.
Good.
This is where I believe the Roundtable Hold comes into play. It is described as a hub area that exists outside the lands between, a place to mingle with our adventurers, craftsmen, resupply, and discover a trove of blessings and rooms of secrets. But as most of us know, the Roundtable does exist in the lands between. An almost identical layout can be found in the capital city, which suggests that the Roundtable
I do remember that. No, we went through there. You guys were saying that maybe we just ran past it. I remember going through it and being like, oh, this place is awfully fucking familiar. I've been there. In the city? I remember going through there. So yeah, we have been to that place.
we enter was influenced off of this area. I believe the Roundtable Hold is just a manifestation by Queen Marika as a central hub for us Tarnished to become stronger. I say this because I also believe Melina is just a manifested fragment of Queen Marika. This is all suggested by her ability to recite words from Queen Marika at certain sites of grace, her ability to use shattered runes we collect from the Elden Ring to make the Tarnished stronger, her ability to transport us to the Roundtable Hold, for her to be used as kindling to burn down the Erd Tree, her literally telling us that her mother resides inside the Erd Tree, yet she doesn't know what it's like to have a mother, and even her pink hair, which could potentially be a mix of Marika and Radagon.
I was born at the foot of the Erd Tree, where Mother gave me my purpose. Though now, everything is lost to me. I have to ascertain for myself the reason for which I live, burned and bodiless. Your seamster, Bok, I see him crying from time to time. I think he misses his mother. He wants someone to tell him he's beautiful. Does being born of a mother mean one behaves in such a manner?
Speaking of inside the Erd Tree, it's been theorized that the Roundtable Hold resides somewhere inside the Erd Tree, because once we kindle the forge and start the burning process of the tree, the Roundtable starts to burn as well. However, we also know that Queen Marika is trapped inside the Erd Tree, clearly being punished for the shattering of the Elden Ring. We can learn more from Enya and the two fingers inside the Roundtable Hold, who are likely the fingers and finger maiden of Queen Marika herself.
Queen Marika is the vessel of the Elden Ring, carrier of its vision, a god in truth. But after the Elden Ring's shattering, she was imprisoned in the Erd Tree, a grim punishment for shattering the Order, despite her godhood.
I mean, So what? She's been stuck in that tree for 5,000 years, basically crucified? Damn. I prefer the theory that Melina is the forgotten third child next to Michaela and Millennia because there are 3 butter. Yeah, no, I totally agree with you there, Vel. Yeah. I'm wondering if they will explain that in future DLC. Because, like, there are so many ways to go through this. There's lots of speculation around it, eh?
But just as we talked about, Melina was born inside the Erd Tree and is potentially a manifested fragment of Queen Marika. The reason the Roundtable is burning may not only be because of the Erd Tree, but because Melina was used as kindling. We aren't entirely sure how this kindling process works, if it even means Melina is fully burned and dies in the process. We never see her again, but it doesn't mean she's completely gone. It just means that she is now burned and bodiless.
The reason for which I live, burned and bodiless.
Now you may be asking yourself, what about Melina being the Glomide Queen? How does destined death play into all of this? The definition of a manifestation is an event, action, or object that clearly shows or embodies something, especially a theory or an abstract idea. It's important to understand that if Melina is a manifestation created by Queen Marika, it means that Melina was created by the embodiment of something or someone that Marika was already aware of. It's just like the Roundtable hold, right? An embodiment of this area in the capital city. It was something Marika, and therefore Melina, was aware of, knew of, and could create a manifestation off of it. Marika was the one who ordered Malekith to take away the rune of death from the Glomide Queen. But as we know, a fragment of that rune was stolen from Malekith and used in the Night of Black Knives to be infused with the assassin's daggers to kill Godwin's soul and Ronnie's body.
Thou who approacheth destined death, I will not have it stolen from me again.
What I'm suggesting here is that Marika manifested Melina from the embodiment of the Glomide Queen and this stolen fragment of the Rune of Death. I've always found it interesting that if we release Destined Death fully and obtain the power of the Flame of Frenzy, this is the only way we can see Melina become the Glomide Queen. Either her full embodiment of the Glomide Queen was released after we defeat Malekith and release Destined Death.
That's true. Maybe when the Glomide Queen was defeated by Malekith, maybe she wasn't necessarily killed, but severely fucked up. Because defeating does not mean killed. You know? Like, you can defeat someone without killing them. Perhaps she just got severe amnesia or something, but, like, her eye was messed up, right? And it was sealed shut. So maybe that was her being trapped? That's true, yeah. Destined Death was kind of, you know, sealed. Was Destined Death removed before the Glomide Queen? I would need to see the, because especially since she said she was not, like, she didn't have a body, she was just a soul, right? Player character included, yep. I would assume before death was sealed. Yeah, I don't know. After, because they refer to the sealing of the Rune of Death as the thing that took... Okay. Oh, there's so much to think about for it.
Or the Glomide Queen was trapped, hidden away, or otherwise unneeded until we do choose to become the Lord of Chaos. My theory is that this tattoo that we can see on Melina's left eye is a marking placed here by Malekith when he defeated the Glomide Queen to seal away her true power. We can see in the Flame of Frenzy ending that her closed eye, when opened, is a Glom color that...
Yeah, and also it looks like the marking is greatly diminished. Don't ask me, I'm of the rare group of people that care about the storyline just enough not to get lost. Oh, I love the lore of it. I love learning. Like, I like going in depth into video games. Why does Ronnie have the marking on reverse? Yeah, I don't know, Bridges. I'm not sure. I imagine it has something to do with it, but you are right. And then she's also got that, like, other face. There's so much left unanswered.
That has many similarities to the beast eye, which reads as a claw-marked stone eye. I believe understanding what was once real, but is now a manifestation when we play the game, can help us understand the timeline of events in Elden Ring much better, which is already difficult enough. It can help us understand intentions from characters that may have not made sense to us otherwise. The manifestation of the Roundtable Hold by Queen Marika was meant to help us on our journey through the lands between, to help us reach our goal and meet with all of these different characters to mold us into the Tarnished that we choose to be. Here, we can learn about pretty much everything. The doubtfulness of faith and the Golden Order, the lives of those who live in death and how they are treated by others, Marika's relationship with the Greater Will, how most of the Tarnished are used and the abilities that they can truly have, how close relationships can mean everything to someone and nothing to another, how the harsh world can cause someone to break completely from any humanity they may.
Oh, also, do you guys notice that his helmet is, like, made of ears? Along here, too. These are all, like, ears. I didn't notice that at first, but the base of his helmet is just a bunch of ears. Yeah, and eyes and stuff. It's kind of yucky. If Malekith gave her that wound, which would make sense, will explain who explains the Ronnie wound, which is why I doubt that theory. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'd have to find out. Might have something to do with binding spirits, because Ronnie is bound to the doll and attaches her soul to the doll at the point of the eye tattoo. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Witch King or Sauron, they both have very similar helmets.
How the harsh world can cause someone to break completely from any humanity they may have had left. How knowledge is powerful until you know too much, and to forge you a weapon capable of slaying a god.
Oh, your divinity, have mercy and grant me forgiveness. The road is yet long, a god is not easily felled. But one day without fail you will have your wish. So please grant me forgiveness, Queen Marika.
The leader of the Roundtable Hold is Sir Gideon Ofnir, who we have discussed at length in a couple of different videos. I recommend you go watch these if you have the time. But to put it short, Gideon is using us to get what he wants. He's watching us throughout our journey and constantly gathering knowledge.
That sword, though, holy moly.
To truly become the all-knowing for which he calls himself. He doesn't want to do the daunting tasks of killing all of the demigods to gain access to the Erd Tree.
He just wants us to do it.
He does want to become Elden Lord. We give him information, and as we progress, he gives us information.
Yeah, but he's a bitch. He's a pussy-ass bitch. He reads his books while we slay giants. He doesn't deserve to be Elden Lord. The all-knowing coward, yeah, exactly. Fuck Gideon, that guy's a bitch.
It seems like a pretty...
You ear, motherfucker. Yeah, you hear me, but wait till I cut off your ears.
Simple exchange, but in hindsight, we were just used by him. We obtain what he needs, and he tries to steal them from us when we get close enough to our end goal of becoming the Elden Lord.
Ah, I knew you'd come. To stand before the Elden Ring, to become Elden Lord. What a sad state of affairs. I commend your spirit, but alas, none shall take the throne. Queen Marika has high hopes for us, that we continue to struggle, unto eternity.
I believe in this moment that Gideon finally realized what Marika was up to, and her overarching plan to destroy, replace, or change the Golden Order and the Greater Will. Being a self-proclaimed all-knowing being like Gideon, he is likely going to get lost in all of this knowledge, and he came to the conclusion that it would be impossible for a Tarnished to kill a god.
I know in my bones A tarnished cannot become a lord.
Maybe not you.
Even you. A man cannot kill a god.
To me, this suggests that Gideon was scared of what would happen if we did reach our goal. Gideon knows that obtaining knowledge is unending, but he doesn't know what will happen if the Tarnished reach their goal. He doesn't know if they'll just go back to their resting spots to once again die.
Yeah, he does have a point, because I haven't killed a god yet.
As somebody with no renown.
The pursuit of knowledge is without end. For knowledge is never a thing complete. Thus, I maintain the mantle of all-knowing. Perhaps the same could be said of guidance. Who's to say whether we'll remain who we are once the fight is finished? What do you think, as one who aspires to become Elden Lord?
Gideon seeks knowledge, but if the Greater Will no longer needs him to become Elden Lord, then he'll no longer be able to seek that knowledge. He will no longer be what he sees himself as. So he tries to stop us in a final, selfish act, unknowing that this is exactly what Queen Marika wants.
So basically, he's like, if I can't have it, nobody can have it. Only I can achieve dreams. You all have to go out and do menial tasks in the field and watch me be the main character. Well, sorry, Gideon, but I'm the one behind the controller, and you are just an NPC. So, fuck you.
He wants a Tarnished that is willing to listen and pay attention to their surroundings, who witness the corruption that plagues the lands between, and a Tarnished that just won't be blinded by arrogant knowledge. While Gideon may have been pursuing all of the knowledge he possibly could, he failed to see the true meaning behind all of it. He stowed himself away in his room, reading books that give him a vast variety of knowledge. He was annoyed with the other Tarnished even being inside of his round table.
I'm sick and tired of them. These namby-pamby Tarnished think us no more than a shelter from the rain.
But we, the player, talk to the other Tarnished and seek not only knowledge, but to understand why we are truly here and how it affects everyone in the lands between.
Yeah.
This could be why Melina chose to help us, although she wasn't entirely sure we'd be up to the task. Who knows how many other Tarnished between now and the Shattering that she has chosen who just didn't live up to the task that was before them. But at least Torrent believed in us from the very start.
I've been testing you to determine if the Elden Ring would truly have you, if you had the mettle to endure this long and arduous path. It seems my worries were unfounded. Torrent had your measure from the very start, whereas I merely pretended. There is but one other thing I can do to offer you guidance. I can take you to the Roundtable Hold, gathering place of tarnished champions, guided by grace.
The Roundtable Hold is not only meant to make us stronger, but it's meant to introduce us to everything that plagues this world. Depending on the type of person you are, the type of player you are, there are many different avenues to explore here, and to eventually make some world-changing decisions throughout the lands between. Thank you all for watching the video. I really appreciate it. Make sure to do all the nice YouTube stuff, you know, like, comment, subscribe. All if you really want to. We are on our way to 100,000 subscribers.
Woo!
I'm really trying to hit that milestone by the end of the year. So thank you all very much. Appreciate all the support. Thank you again to Guild Wars 2 for sponsoring the video. Make sure to check out everything about that in the description, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care.
Oh boy. Wait, so what was this? Oh, it was the Roundtable Hold isn't real. Hold on. Did he make it? Did he make it? 172,000 subscribers. Congratulations, AGT Jake. I think he did it. That's fantastic. Good for you. That's awesome. This is a really good channel. I like it a lot. I feel like I feel like there's just... I feel like there are just so many different concepts in Elden Ring that there's like almost an unlimited amount of content that could be made out of it, which is good for us. But no, that's fantastic. I'm glad his channel's doing well because he has very good he has very good videos from what I've seen so far. I got what he was trying to say, just not much evidence to talk about. Yeah, well, a lot of these videos are also very speculative, so there is that. There is that, for sure. A lot of Elden Ring videos are speculative, because there's a lot of unanswered questions in the game. I kind of like it when, like, shows, movies, games, books, etc. have a lot of unanswered things. I feel like people wanting, like, developers or creators to completely 100% explain absolutely every single detail of everything happening is just unreasonable and stupid. It's nice to be curious about stuff, and it's nice to leave some shit to think about. And then it creates more conversation and cool content like this. Yeah, oh, that was a great video too, Bridges. I really liked that video as well. I thought that was great. No, a lot of these videos are really, really, really fun to watch. I'm enjoying them quite a bit. There's a lot of really incredible creators out there too. Very smart.